Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depend on the time zone when you are watching this broadcast. My name is Pastor Charles Osazuwa, President, Rock of Ages Christian Assembly International Incorporated. Now, within the past 2 weeks, we've had protests across Nigeria in different states, especially Lagos. And first of all, my heart goes to those who lost their life, the families of those who lost their lives. And I want to believe that your death is not in vain. As painful as it is, this is the first time in many years that our youths and our people have come out to make demand on government. And I believe as it stands today, the leadership of this country know that our youths can no longer be taken for granted. And I also want to say that we have made our points. Our voice has been heard. This is my candid opinion. I want us to know that we are moving to the phase 2 of the whole issue. And the phase 2 right now is dialogue, negotiation. Because if we continue to destroy properties that belong to government or individuals, it's going to paint this country in a negative light. And that is going to scare investors. That is not going to give room for productivity and good businesses to be done in this country. And the effect of that is loss of job, unemployment, and more hardship. We have just survived the COVID-19. Not entirely, it's still on, but not as it used to be. So I want to urge all Nigerian youth, everyone watching this broadcast, let's begin to engage government in dialogue. Let's stop destroying properties. Let us not give room for non-protesters, people who don't know why we are in the street, people who don't know why we are doing what we are doing, to seize the opportunity to begin to perpetuate criminality, which is not in the interests of this nation. I know there is no genuine protester that will go and loot properties and begin to rob and do all kinds of things. Those who are doing that, you and I know they are not the protesters. They are not those that are really after the well-being of this nation. So I want to use this opportunity to tell us that our voice have been heard, our points have been made. I think the leadership will sit up because they now know that we cannot be taken for granted. The purpose of this broadcast is because I'm a leader and my strategic position in this city and beyond, it's very important that I communicate to you that we must change strategy. We have been in the streets, our voices have been heard. Now, let us begin to engage government in discussion and shun violence. Because at the end of the day, some of these companies that have been invaded, if they are shut down for 90 days or more, the implication is that families who work in those establishments will be out of job. And that is not in the interest of this nation and economy. Foreign investors are watching all over the news. And sometimes some of these things are overstretched, over-exaggerated. And that has a way of hampering investment into our country. Once again, I want to appreciate all of us for coming all out to make our voices to be heard, engaging in peaceful protests. But at this time, at this stage, I think our voices have been heard. I want to encourage every one of us that it's time to begin to engage government in constructive discussion, purposeful discussion. And by the grace of God, I believe with God on our side, SARS will be a thing of the past in this country. Police brutality will be a thing of the past in this country. Because for the first time, we are not thinking of police reform. So our protests have yielded result, but let us stop violence. Let's not destroy public properties, because at the end of the day, we are the direct beneficiaries of those investments. The children of the rich, they don't go in this BRT. The elite, their children are not, they don't patronize BRT buses. So if you burn down BRT buses, we are the ones that will suffer. If you go and burn down organizations, we are the ones that will suffer. Most of these people, their kids are not here, their children are not in Nigeria. So at the end of the day, we are the ones that will suffer. Please, great Nigerian youth, I want to appeal to us. Let us begin to engage in dialogue rather than violence. God bless you.